Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Altcoin Buzz Trading. Today we're going to be talking about Bitcoin, doing some more trading tips. The market is breaking down a little bit. Maybe we'll do a couple trades in a couple of days. Make sure we don't reverse up pretty hard here. All right, so let's get right to it. We've got BTC, like I mentioned, breaking down. We did break down from our 27,289 level that I have highlighted here. We also are getting pretty close to breaking this diagonal too, which is not a great sign. If we don't hold that, then we're basically going to be, rolling over and living underneath of that diagonal, which implies the uptrend for now is essentially dead. And not the end of the world, but we still have support all the way down here at the 25,166 level that needs to hold. And if that can hold, then this rally can, gave us the ability to sell into that. Volume isn't tremendously larger on this downtrend, so that's another thing that makes me think maybe it won't last quite as long, but time will tell. It's just a very, very choppy environment. And for very long-term trades, you're maybe okay to take positions, but I don't like to do things in the middle of chop. If you want to take long-term positions, wait to the bottom. Why do it here? If you want to trade shorter term, like real short term, your bias now is to the downside. If you want to trade swing trading, intermediate term trading, it's just too choppy for any of that. So that's why we're doing education, which we'll get to right now. So we've discussed in the past couple of days kind of how to draw trend lines, kind of what to expect of them a little bit, but I'm going to go more into how to use them right now. And we can actually use our current price action here, and we'll use this example as well. So in our current price action, once you're at the bottom here, you don't know what this trend line is going to look like. All you know is that you have a reversal up. You've overtaken a high here. There's a good potential for a reversal. So let me zoom in, and we can dive into this a little more. And I'm going to use my arrows here to go over 1 day at a time. And I think my head's in the way. All right, there we go. So we're going to go over. Now we've broken the high. So we still don't have a trend line, and as we continue to go up, these up thrusts here off of the lows, or down thrusts from the highs, these can give you some good indications as to the initial strength of the rally, which can be very important. This one not so strong. You see, there's a bunch of wicks to the top here, so the distributors are still hanging around. Here we get another big up move with a big wick. Right, so here's some price action. Anytime, like this is a pretty decent candle, but it rolled over immediately. You didn't have a chance really to do much. Here, you're kind of able to stay with the market, but then once it starts to come down on you and then reverse up a little bit, now you get a trend line. Now you can start to draw this trend line, okay? So as you have this trend line drawn, you can notice this prior high. We talked about horizontals a few days ago. You draw a horizontal across here. Well, this goes on to form a chart pattern. This is a small cup and handle. A cup and handle goes up, looks like that, and then curls down. That's exactly what we have here. Okay. So it's exactly what we have there. Break through the cup and handle. That is a buy point. And now this trend line here, this becomes big support because all of this price action down here led to the formation of the cup and handle. So it's actually important price action. And even though this trend line only gives you 2 points, I do view it as very valuable because coming out of some type of a price pattern, you should expect a little bit of action out of it. We got a little bit, not much more than that, unfortunately. So now that we're at this trend line, does it mean that we buy here because this is support? Does it mean that we short here because we're breaking support? Well, it means a little bit of both, but really not much of either because we didn't get much off of the lows. In the larger context, this run is small compared to these other moves that we've had. So you kind of see the trends we're capable of developing. We didn't do that here. And so we don't want to give this the benefit of the doubt necessarily. If it bounces back, if we're there in the moment, you can try to buy a bounce back off of this. And that's how I would play this right now, actually. So here we are, move to the 2-hour time frame. So this is intraday. Here's our trend line, and here's us playing with it. Do we see a lot of support here? I don't think so. We see a large candle going in the downward direction, and we're looking for support. So a large down candle doesn't fit the bill there. We do have a nice move back up here, but it's definitely lower than the high there. And we're kind of rolling back over. So if you see a thrust back to the upside, that could be a buyable situation. Let's take a look at what that could look like. Because back on our chart over here, You know, here, if you want this to break out, if you wanted this to break out, you were looking for some big move to the upside, but we don't have upside volume. What we have is a wick to the upside. Now this is different because we're not chopping along the line like we are now, but let's look at it like this. Even if the line was lower, right, we still reversed. If you're waiting for the breakup to the upside and you bought that, you were hurt a little bit, not too bad. But if you're waiting to buy the bounce back, you want it to break through and then reverse hard. Okay, so we're breaking through. Reversing means down in this case, and you don't really get it. You get a retest here. There's your breakdown right there. It takes a little bit to actually get it, and then this is your trade. Okay, so you're looking for an actual sign of the reversal. Here the reversal is down. In our situation now, which we'll go back to in a moment, the reversal is up. So that's what you want to wait for. You want to wait for clear signs of the reversal. There's really nothing super clear here. I guess you could have tried to jump in right here off of this candle, but this one is a lot more clear. You see the volume is much more in line with what we got at the top. So here your stop would have been tighter at about 2%, but it's just harder. It's harder to wait those basically day and a half. There your stop's 3%, but it's a better move. And so you're looking for something similar right now. You're looking for a reversal up, and maybe you'll have a stop loss of about 2%. All right, so that's how you kind of use these trend lines, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you think down below, and I'll see you tomorrow on Altcoin Buzz Trading.